All right, my AB Calculus students, we're working on 2018 question number 6. It is a separate and integrate question. Part A is a slope field. This year, coronavirus year, it's not on the AP exam. Future years, sure. But I'm going to show you what your slope field should look like anyways for this one. So you have to go through the correct ordered pair, and if I follow the slopes of one of them, it looks like this. Then here with this ordered pair, if I follow the slopes, it looks a little bit like this. Because of the symmetry of the graph, whatever I have happen on this side, I should have it happen on this side. So anyways, that's what that one should look like. And let's go on to part B. Now, B is what I think it's going to be like on this year's exam, B and C. I do. So B says, let f of x be the particular solution to the differential equation with the initial condition of f of 1 equals 0. And here's the big problem. I had a lot of people this year that this happened said, oh, it's separate and integrate. No. Look at part C. Part C, they want you to find the particular solution. Find the particular solution that's separate and integrate. Find f of x. But here, no. It says let f of x be the particular solution with the initial condition of f of 1 equals 0. So they tell us we have some point f of 1 equals 0. And remember, if they're asking us then to write the equation of a tangent line of f of x at x equals 1, well, what two things do you need for a tangent line? You need a point. And f of 1 equals 0 is a point. Now, if you don't like it looking like this, you can write it like this, but that's your point. And then we need our slope. And slope is, of course, just the derivative. And we want to know, well, what is the derivative? What is the slope at the ordered pair 1, 0? And this equation is what we're going to use. So the x is a 1, and the y is a 0. Ladies and gentlemen, that looks like a horrible slope. You do not have to simplify it. You don't. You can use this for the slope in your point slope form. But if you want to simplify it, here you have 1/3, negative 2 squared is 4, and you get 4/3. So that is your slope. Point slope. Or you could leave your slope like this. All right, so now they want the equation of a tangent line. So y minus y1 equals m, that's the 4/3, and then x minus x1. And our x1 is a 1. And now they want to know, well, what happens when x is 0.7? So we just put a 0.7 in here. And now we have to get y by itself. Now, a lot of times there will be something here by the y that you have to add to the other side. By the way, this is part A, sorry. But since y minus 0 is just y is already by itself. However, while this is correct, we want it to look like what they're asking for. They want us to approximate f of 1. So instead of writing y, if you want to be proper, now you might get all the points for this, but if you want to look proper, you know, put what they want. They want f of 1. Wow! F of 0.7. Sorry. And there you go. So you take your tangent line, replace x, and get y by itself, and you're done. If you want to look super fancy, replace. That's part B. And now we're going to go to part C. Oh! No! That was part B. I am so sorry. I'm having quite the day today. I filmed like 15 videos today, it feels like. All right. So let's go to now the finish line, part C. All right, so part C is separate and integrate. For part C, they want us to find the solution to the differential equation. Find the solution, or find a particular solution, y equals f of x. They want us to solve for y. This is separate and integrate. You will get 0 points if you don't separate first. Now you see this 1/3 x? 1/3 x is over here, and that's great. And this dx needs to get to the other side. So the dx will always multiply to the other side. This has to go over here. Now we already have a dy over here, so we're going to divide this to the other side. If you don't do this right, you're earning none of the points. Okay, got to do this first step right. And now we're going to integrate. All right, now on the right-hand side, it's really easy. You just add 1 to the exponent and then multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal is, 1/2. And so that's just 1/6 x squared plus c. Add 1 to the exponent and divide. On this side, it's a little trickier, but not that bad. I'm going to work it off over here. So first thing I would do is I would bring it to the top. And I would use u substitution. If the u is y minus 2, my du should be 1 dy. And what do I already have? 1 dy. So we have u to the negative second du. So the antiderivative, I will add 1 to the exponent, multiply by the reciprocal. And then I will get rid of the negative exponent by bringing it to the bottom. And I'll finish by replacing u with y minus 2. So that's a lot of work, but that gets me to the antiderivative on this side of negative 1 over y minus 2. Now, nothing wrong with doubting yourself, so I'm going to go double check my answer over here. And it looks good. All right, so now I need to solve for c, and they want me to use the initial condition. If you look at it, f of 1 equals 0. So that's your x, 0 is your y. So if 0 is your y, and 1 is your x, we can solve for c. So here this is negative 1 over negative 2, or 1/2. So we get 1/2 is 1/6 plus c. Therefore, c is 1/2 minus a sixth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can you leave that as your c? And the answer is yes, you can. Okay, you can take that as your c and plug it back in, or you can simplify it. You could say 1/2 is 3 over 6, so 3 over 6 minus 1 over 6 is 2 over 6, which simplifies to 1/3. You can write 1/3 like this, or you can write 1/3 like this. Either way, we are replacing that for the y. I'm going to use 1/3 just because it's easier to deal with. So now I have negative 1 over y minus 2, here I am, equals 1/6x squared plus 1/3. And ladies and gentlemen, I have one job to get y by itself. There's several ways of doing this, but if I get y by itself, I win. So here's what I'm going to do. Again, this is not the only way, and if you look at the answers online, they do it different. I just want my points as quick as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to multiply everything by a negative to get this negative gone. So that's a negative 1/6 and a negative 1/3. And the AP exam does something different. They add those together so that they can flip the fractions. I just say forget it. Pretend like this is one big fraction over 1, and then just flip. It's ugly, but nobody cares. So I get y minus 2 equals 1 over these fractions. And I just add the 2 to the other side. So I get 1 over negative 1/6 x squared minus 1/3 plus the 2 I just added to the other side. It's an ugly answer, and that ugly answer is worth all of your points, so I will take it. If you want to do something else, look online, do it. That's great, but that's the least amount of effort to get my points. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.